Welcome to UC Today with me, David Dungay. We are here reporting live from Enterprise Connect 2022 in the sunny Orlando. I'm here with Jon Arnold. Welcome to the show, Jon. How are you?
Oh, just great, David. Thank you. It's good to be doing this, and you guys are bringing the UK and EU perspective to the event. You came a long way, so let's talk about what we're seeing here.
Absolutely. So, first of all, the show, what's it like to be back?
Yeah, it's great, right? I mean, we've been in our caves for a couple of years now, not getting out a whole lot, and I think even though the numbers are lower than obviously in the past, it's still a pretty healthy turnout, and I think just the fact that people are here in person, a lot of hugging, a lot of handshaking, it's a good feeling to have because we're also used to being virtual for so long now. You almost forget what it's like to be in person, and it's way better. It's like you really wonder when we start getting back to that real event mode, do we really want to go back to virtual? And, it may be a way to say the virtual stuff is good, but there's still this kind of validates that, right? No replacement for the real thing. So.
Okay, well, look, Jon, I want to talk about your session on Monday. You were talking about speech tech in that session. I want to get to the sort of the key highlights from that and to get some key takeaways for our viewers.
Well, sure. Thanks, David. So I've been doing this talk. This is the fifth year I've done it. So it's been an ongoing evolution of where speech tech is going in the enterprise, driven almost entirely now by AI. And when you think speech tech, you think, contact center, consumer world, Alexa, Siri, all of that is true. But enterprise does have good use cases, particularly when you get into things like conferencing and meetings, right? You start getting into speech to text, text to speech, right? So your meeting conversations are transcribed, they're translated, so you don't have to take notes anymore. And now the AI brings intelligence to these conversations where you can track everything. In other words, you can search the content afterwards. So, you could say, that meeting was an hour and a half, but I really only needed like 2 minutes of there. So let me search through the text and to pick it up. So those innovations are really important because those do really improve productivity. But I think where we're going now, the interesting part is, you'll see this more in the next couple of years, is the role of voice is important in its own right? But it's also important because it's the kind of common channel we all use to do everything else. And we're moving to more immersive forms of collaboration now. So you start thinking about, the new language is, Metaverse, immersive experiences. What people are doing in the gaming world, we ask our kids, watch what they're doing. That experience is going to start to come into the enterprise soon. And none of it will happen without voice. So it won't be about voice, but voice plays a central role, right, in how collaboration is going to evolve and become more virtual. It's going to be really interesting. These worlds of physical and virtual are kind of blending, and it's the usual suspects driving it, Microsoft, Google, but it's happening. And I think that's what's important here.
I really want to pick up on that. So you're one of a few people that have said the M word since we've been at the show, the metaverse word, obviously. How far away are we from this world? We've seen a few vendors here. We know they're looking at it. We know they're circling around it. How can we operate? What does this mean for us? How far away are we from this world?
Well, I still think we're a ways out, and it's not because the metaverse concept can't be done, but computer power, right? The CPUs and the G. Anyways, they're not able to support. They don't have the horsepower yet, right, to make this a practical thing. It will come. I talk a bit about NVIDIA as being one of the drivers of this, and so you have to start following these kinds of companies that aren't normally in the collaboration ecosystem, but they're making that stuff possible. It's interesting because we hear a lot of buzz around Metaverse now, right? But now we're coming kind of out of pandemic where there's actually less need to work virtually. Like, we want to be in person. So it's coming into market in kind of in a way going upstream a little bit from what people are wanting to do right now. But it will come in time. The digital natives are going to be they're driving the workforce now. They're comfortable with these experiences and ways of doing things. And what they do in their personal lives, they want to do in their work world too. And that's what's going to make it happen. So this is one thing that I think will become, it will become demand driven sooner than later. And that will cause the vendors to kind of have to keep pushing the envelope and just finding ways to make this experience, worth doing.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I mean, from an enterprise point of view, I think it's just a matter of time. Look, Jon, it's been absolutely fantastic to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Okay, you're welcome, David. Happy to be here, and just keep following what we're doing.
Fantastic, and thank you for watching. You've been watching me, David Dungay, on UC Today.